it's Adair Palmer here, and I'm back again after a failed attempt. Got a bit of hair sticking out there. After a failed attempt of Be Live TV again this morning. It's getting a little bit frustrating because I'm really enjoying the platform, but not having any sound when I come through to you doing the live broadcast for Friday Facebook Fix and for other things that I want to do live on Facebook, which is a little bit annoying. So what I'm doing here is now I am switched from Be Live TV and I'm going live directly from my laptop here in sunny Adelaide. It's a beautiful day outside, and I'm really pleased to be able to bring you the Friday Facebook Fix into the group Social Media for Small Biz Owners. I'm also I usually stream it live into the the page Social Media for Small Biz Owners. I usually stream it live into the group as well, and Be Live TV lets me do that, but at the moment it's because I'm just on my Facebook page using Facebook Live on my PC or my laptop. I'm unable to stream to both places at once, which is a bit unfortunate, but that's okay. What we'll do is just keep moving with what we've got available to us at the time. What I want to talk to you today about is reviews, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Now, reviews on pages is something that is a really, it's quite an interesting topic, because I've worked with many business owners who are saying like, oh, we don't want to have reviews on our page, or we get bad reviews so we turn them off. And I would suggest that that's something that you really do not want to do. If you haven't got reviews on your page because you're worried about bad reviews, I would suggest that you actually look at your customer service, because you are, if you are giving exceptional customer service and doing the very best that you can and looking to continue to improve and have a process of continuous improvement, bad reviews are not going to factor into your worldview. They're not even going to be, you're going to be surrounding yourself with people who love what you do, who are raving fans, who are willing to give you great reviews. So you do get, there is the odd one or two what we call trolls that will come along and do poor reviews. And there are ways to deal with that, and I'll explain that a little bit later. So not doing reviews because you are fearful of the of having bad reviews, or not turning your reviews on because you're fearful of having bad reviews, is really no excuse. I would suggest that if you are on Facebook, you're looking to get a business going, and you have a presence on Facebook, reviews are a critical component of it. And now, as I understand it, your settings or your categories must be set to having a local business before, because you can have categories and subcategories for your business page. If you set your categories to having one of them to local business, then you'll be able to activate the review section on your business page. Now, this is something that is it's a movable feast, and it does change on a day-to-day basis. The categories do and can change. What I'm going to suggest is that you you check if you haven't got your reviews set on. If it's under, if you go into your page and you go into general and then settings, about the third one down, it will say switch on or enable reviews. If it hasn't got that there, then look at the categories that your page is set under, because you may need to change the categories to turn on the category to turn on reviews. So there's I mean, obviously change it if it's appropriate, and I think things like public figure or celebrity, that type of thing, they don't have review functions on their page. And again, Facebook may change it. They may just decide that every page can have the review function, but at the moment, as I understand it, that's not so. I was doing a webinar for the Facebook Code Breakers Bootcamp last night, and we looked at the settings in the back of the page. And in the back of the page, the settings they changed, and it had been less than a month since I'd looked at the settings in the back of a page, and there were new ones, and they changed some up around and they've been a bit different. So just know that that Facebook is only 1% implemented, and it will change consistently. There will be changes daily. In fact, there are changes daily. I don't know if you realize that over the last weekend this is getting a little bit off topic, but over the last weekend Facebook just lurched Facebook, no, we're lurching. Facebook launched the ability to go live and do an interview style live on iOS. So on your iPhone, if you have an iPhone, you should have the ability to be able to invite someone else to do a live interview from your phone, which we can't at the moment from desktop, and we can't invite from Android platforms, but we can, as I understand it, we can receive an invitation and go live on somebody's iPhone, but we can't do it. If you've got an iPhone, you can invite people, but you can't from Android. So it's changing all the time, and it was only just the last couple of weeks that I've noticed that you can go live now. It's rolled out across all platforms. I know that they're doing live directly from your desktop is now available to, I would imagine, to all users. So I know, working with lovely Paula Darch from Mind Body Connections, she was able to go live from her MacBook much earlier than what I was from my laptop, which is not an Apple product. So there's obviously a favouring of Apple products there, but there's not much we can do about that at this point. I just decided to get myself an iPhone, which is on the cards, like something I'm looking at. Let's get back to reviews. Just know that that the function could be there if you're a local, will be there if you're a local business, and it could be there if you're not. Turn it on. Not wanting to have reviews on your page is not an excuse. If you have a legitimate reason why not, you don't think you need to have reviews on your page, I would love to hear it, because I've racked my brains to think of why somebody would not want to have reviews on their page. And really, why you would want to have them is because you want to have social proof. You want to have people give you honest feedback about your services and how you deliver them. Without this sort of thing, you actually are not open to, you can have to be open to receiving feedback about how to improve your service. Now, what I find is that most people just give me an amazing review, and you can have a look in social media for small biz owners, and this page in the review section, there's nearly 60 reviews there, and I just really appreciate every single one of the reviews, because it is from people who have I've done provided service to. Mostly when I do a health check review on their business page, I will ask them for a review, and most people are very obliging and will give me a review. It is about social proof. So if somebody wanted to use my service, they'd see me maybe do a Friday Facebook fix or some sort of live, and they were thinking about joining the boot camp. That's a high-end product, so it's a online training course, and we're just into the second week of that, the second boot camp now. But that sort of thing is going, if someone's going, well, I'm going to invest some money with Adair and social media for small biz owners, finding out and learning about what it is that I can do to improve my presence on Facebook and get myself some more clients and attract customers, well, then I want to know if other people are having success in implementing or learning about what Adair's got to say. So so you go to my business page, you have a look in the review section, and you can have a look for yourself. What is it that people are saying about me and what is it that that I'm doing that's really shining for them. And you can see if it's something that resonates with you, and you can go, well, it does, and I think that working with Adair is actually going to help me in the way that I want to be helped, and I'll be able to move my business forward. So then you'll be able to make an informed decision. So that's called social proof, and that's the social proof that you need. Especially, I've got on my hypnotherapy page as well. I don't have as many reviews on Hypnotherapy with Adair page, because I think that people who are looking for those types of services might feel it's perhaps a little more vulnerable than when you're helping somebody with some, issues around confidence or anxiety, or to stop smoking, or weight loss, or whatever it is. It does, I think it is a little bit more vulnerable. So I actually don't ask actively ask for reviews as an assertive way as what I do with my social media for small biz owners. But people do give me reviews on both pages, and they do ask for, and I do ask for them, but a slightly different way with the hypnotherapy. So I'm not quite as assertive. So because I think I make it easier for people to say, well, I'm not comfortable doing a review, but most people actually do anyway. So it's just awesome that they do. So I think you can, regardless of what your business is, you do need to be asking for reviews and have your review function on, because even if you're not actively and assertively asking for reviews, offering people an opportunity to review your service is a critical function of having your presence on Facebook really being something that's alive and dynamic, and you can actually use the reviews that people give you to generate interest, and they're like testimonies. So what you can do is you can say, when somebody gives you a review on your page, you can say, hey, this is fantastic. You always respond, you always like. There's so many business pages that I look at who have got wonderful reviews, and they might just like when somebody reviews your page or your service. They might just tick like in the box. But really what the issue with that is, somebody has gone to all the trouble of doing a review, of writing. Some people don't. Some people might just give you the 5 stars and say, that's fine, that's all we want, they want to do. But if they don't put any words, always respond, always thank, and always make some sort of comment about the process of working with them or the service that you delivered, because that way you can use that review to further promote what you do that's going to help people. So it's a opportunity to build on it. So a review, you can make it like a 3D review rather than a 1D review if you want. If you want to put a little bit of effort and a little bit of time into and thought into it, you can really build on the reviews that you have. I've just got a notification come in, and it just went ping in my ear, and it just ooh, that was a bit weird. So what you can do is make sure that you respond to all the reviews that come in on your page. Make sure that you have a conversation with people. So if it's at all possible, try and get some sort of conversation going in the review section. I haven't cracked this baby yet, but I'm certainly working on it. Thanking people for their reviews and seeing if there's other ways that you can keep a conversation going is a brilliant way of, because you've already got someone engaged. If you've provided a service and they're doing a review on your page, then trying to engage that person in conversation even more is a really good way of getting that organic reach and upping that, because the algorithms, the Facebook algorithms love that sort of thing, and if they can pick up, because there's about 100,000 different points where they go, this is something where you they checklists where reviews might be one of them, where they go, all right, there's a lot of activity in the review section, so that means that the page is quite popular, and they'd measure 5 stars, 4 stars down to 1 star, and then they would show other people, because if they're thinking that Facebook's thinking that your page is popular, and because what you're doing is popular and you're providing a good service, then there are going to be more people interacting. Facebook's going to be showing more people. I'm getting all these notifications, and it really is a bit disturbing. I'm hoping they're not coming through to you. I'll have to look the feedback when I review this video and see if that does ping. So, hey Savitri, hey, how you doing, hun? Good to see you here. If you have, if you do, and it goes for everybody too, Friday Facebook Fix is really for people to, it's an open forum to ask questions, ask any questions that you want about your page, about your presence or your business on Facebook. I'm happy to take questions on notice. I do have themes for each week, and today we're talking about reviews. So Jess and Savitri saying beautiful background, and yes, can hear notifications. There's another one that's probably commenting that's making notifications pop up. But I can actually hear in the background. I don't know if you can hear it, but I can hear there's birds, and actually I probably, if I did unplug it, let's go unplugged, because I had, can you hear that? The washing machine was going before, and the laundry door is just here. So I thought I'll plug in the headphones, but then it blocked out the sounds of the beautiful sounds of the birds in the background, which I just love. So I thought, oh, washing machine stop now, so I'll unplug and share with you. Yes, lots of birds. Awesome, awesome. So, all right. So talking about reviews on your page, which will help get organic reach and exposure for you if you respond to reviews and you keep making, if you keep the what do you call it, the engagement going, and that's a real art. It is actually really only one person, and this is my friend Joanne T. Ferguson on Facebook. She has nailed the art of keeping a conversation going and keeping it interesting and engaging when she makes a post, and it's something that I need to get better at. And as a small business on Facebook, I would suggest that it's something that you do. And in fact, I will do a Friday Facebook Fix on that, because if I can work up some tips and tricks and little hooks for people to do that, we'll all be able to help each other to keep the conversation going. In fact, I'm just getting ideas as we talk, and I might even write that down, because it's something I might do a blog post on, and I'll call it Keep the Conversation Going. Keep the convo going. So that's I love it. And the ideas just go ping, ping, ping. And I love that when it happens like that, because it's always, if we're always thinking about how we can improve and how we can add different elements to what we do to serve others, this is the ideas just pop in if we're open to it. So back to the reviews. Interview Joanne. Yes, beautiful. I love it. I'm going to write that too. I'm going to put that in purple. I've got my coloured pen. You can see I've got blue, green, pink and purple. I'll do it in pink. I like that. Green, I think. Green I'll do because I know Joanne likes green. So we do interview you, Joanne. Beautiful. Love it. Ideas. Ping, ping, ping. And I'm loving the thumbs up. And give me some hearts. That's awesome. Okay. So when people do reviews on your page, just to recap that bit, always like, always comment, and see if you can keep the conversation going as much as you possibly can. When you get bad reviews or poor reviews, now there's a couple of ways you can deal with this. One is I think that there's two or three things to take note. One is when people who are your haters give you a poor review, or they're people who might see that you're a competition with them. So, and I've had this with a restaurant that I was working with that said that there was a change of part ownership, and the person who had left, or the staff member who had left, was actually sending people into the restaurant, and they would come and eat, and then they would put really negative reviews on the business page, on the Facebook business page. Excuse me, I'm getting a little bit of a cold, so I might just have a nose wipe. It's better than a drippy nose. So this is what you call my authentic self. So the restaurant, I was saying that they didn't want to, they wanted to turn their reviews off. So my advice was not to do that. The other one is when trolls come in and they just give you a 1-star review and don't make any comment. You've never worked with them, you've never done anything with them at all. And the other one is just people who have a different set of expectations. So what you think might be a 5-star service, someone else might think is a 4-star service or a 3-star service, but it doesn't mean that they have a negative. So they might give you a 4 or 3 stars, but they might say some wonderful things, and you go, well, why didn't I get 5 stars for that? Because, you know, there's what else can I do? So we'll just start with the I'll go into that in a little while. We'll just start with the things like the restaurant, with the people who come in and they put reviews on your page because they might see you as competition. They want to have your they want to make it look bad for you. So building your social proof is difficult if you've got people on your page that are going, yeah, well, I had this service, or I had this meal and it was cold, and it took too long to get served, or I was overcharged, or, you know, say with my service, didn't turn up when they said they were going to, or wasn't properly prepared, or I think the health check sucks, or whatever it is. Then you can address that. Now, there's a guy called Jay Bayer, and he's written a book called Hug Your Haters. And it really is about, the other thing he says is customer service is a spectator sport. So what you need, what is useful to do in these circumstances, and in any circumstance really, is to think about your responses beforehand. So when you get caught on the hop, if somebody does do this, because we don't often expect it, we think that people are going to love what we do because we love what we do, and we love delivering a quality service. But there are some people out there that are going to go, yeah, nah. And so for whatever reason, and that's their own things, and it might be their perception that you did do a crap service and you haven't communicated with them properly, or you haven't done something that hasn't met their expectations. Don't see it as a bad thing. Now, with the restaurant owner, I just said, we talked about, do I give them a free meal? And I said, no, don't do that, because then everyone will put poor reviews on your page expecting a free meal. But, well, not everybody, but, there are some people that would do that. But always acknowledge them. Always acknowledge their complaint. Always acknowledge that you are working to a process of continuous improvement, and apologise if you feel you need to say that you're not there for people to have a poor customer experience, and you will be taking steps to improve that experience for the future customers and for people who are for that person, should they choose to return. Now, I think that is, making excuses doesn't look good unless it's, like something that, I'm not a fan of excuses. Now, I do see people say, the staff were, you could actually say something like the staff as a trainee. Well, we're training new staff, so I really appreciate you being patient with the length of time it took to get the service, and if the order was wrong, that sort of thing I think is acceptable. But making excuses like, oh yeah, well the staff need to have an attitude adjustment or something like that is just, it reflects poorly on you as a business owner. Um, if you're late, or if you're like, I started today's Friday Facebook fix on Be Live TV, and I was actually thinking, because I'm still in my gym clothes, and I'm going, well, I really wanted to have a shower and get changed before I did it, but I made a commitment to being on at 10 o'clock, and so I thought, well, hey, I'm here, and you get the authentic me, because I said I'd be here at 10, and here I am at 10. I could have made the excuse and said, well, I'm not doing it now until 10:30 because I want to get changed or whatever. That, to me, is an excuse. The other thing was, I jumped on Be Live TV, and I had some feedback that there was no sound, and so I was 10 minutes into that, and then someone said, oh, you've got no sound. So I jumped off of there and onto Facebook Live direct. So this is, but there's no excuses there. It's just saying, hey, this is what I'm doing to combat that. So if someone gives you a poor review, don't make excuses unless it's like you can really see that it is justified. So I'm saying, I'm here on Facebook Live, and I was 10 minutes late because I'd started the broadcast at 10 a.m. on Be Live TV, and there was no sound. That, I would say, is a reasonable reason, rather than an excuse as to why I was late starting. But it means that I'll also be late finishing, and it looks like I'm going to go over, because I'm down to the last 3 minutes of this Friday Facebook fix, because it's supposed to go for half an hour, and then I think about how am I going to fill up that time, and then I go, oh, I haven't got enough time left. So it happens every single week. You think I'd get used to it, wouldn't you? But there we go. So the other thing is, when you do get people, they hug your haters. Apologize, or don't necessarily apologize, but just tell them that you're looking for a process of continuous improvement, and you're taking steps to fix whatever it was that was troubling them. The other one was the trolls that come in and do your and just give you a one-star review, or don't say anything. And I've had that happen on my page as well, on both my pages. What I do for them, and in both the pages where I get reviews left, is I say thank you for visiting my page, and thank you for leaving a review. As we've not had a service, or I've not delivered a service to you, I would really appreciate a deeper understanding of why you've given a one-star review. And it could be anything. It could be something that they didn't like, a post that they didn't like on my page, or it could be they were having a bad hair day or whatever. But I usually put it under the review. So I acknowledge the review, and then I respond to it. Because that way, if somebody comes and they look at the page, and they look at the reviews on the page, then they can see that it is someone that I haven't delivered a service to, and that I am looking to give them a service if they want a service, or find out what it was that irked them about my page, that they felt that they needed to take the time to stop and give me a one-star review. And I have to say, without qualification, every single time people have left a one-star review, they've never commented, ever. I haven't had huge amounts, but they've never ever commented, which is really interesting, because if there was some comments, then you would have something to respond to. When you respond, tag them in your response. You can't actually tag in the review section, and so that's a little hint. When you're giving other people reviews on their page, you can't tag in a review. But when in the comments section, after you've posted the review, you can go back and you can tag. So you can actually tag them and get their attention if they understand about tagging, and if they've got their settings to tagging, then tag them and ask them to come back and be accountable for what they've done, and give some explanation. So that's that one that you can do with that one, which is just the trolls. And the other one is, I found, was a little bit perplexing, because I've had a few people give me 4-star reviews, which I accept gratefully. And then I'll go, what is it that I can do for you that's going to get me a 5-star review? Because they've given me 4-star reviews, and they've given me wonderful, wonderful feedback. In fact, you can go and have a look at yourself. You have a look at the page. 4-star reviews, great feedback. And I'm sort of going, well, if it's that good, why can't I have 5 stars? You know, it's all about perception, but it's really interesting, because I actually went through this on Fiverr with somebody who delivered a product for me. It was after a little bit of argy-bargy and negotiation that she actually gave me the product that I wanted, and I was happy with the product at the end. I gave her a 4-star review because I actually had to make some graphic design suggestions that I'd sort of made, I had made up front, that she didn't listen to. So when she gave me the product, and then I actually asked for this, not this, and then she gave me the product that I asked for. So I gave her a 4-star review, because in every other area, except I think it was font or something very small or minor, that I wanted, but she didn't read the instructions properly. And I gave her a 4-star review, and then she came back to me and she said, I was expecting a 5-star review because you were very happy with the product, the final product. And I said, yes, I was happy with the final product, but the process to get there wasn't, in my opinion, wasn't a 5-star review process. So I thought that was really interesting, because she got really upset at me, and I said to her, like, I can actually give you a 2-star review if you want, because your behaviour is shocking now. But it was a really interesting and a little bit awkward, because she came back and she kept challenging me, because she was saying, I need to have 5 stars. You have to give me 5 stars. So my experience from that was like, I'm not ever using you again, because even though I did get what I wanted at the end, the hassle wasn't worth it. So if you get a 4-star review or a 3-star review with people saying that you did good stuff, you can go back and you can say, thank you for your review. I really appreciate it. It's an awesome thing that you've done, taking the time to come and have a chat about the services and tell people what you think. I see that you've said some really good stuff. You've given me 3 stars. What can I do, or what could have I done to earn the other 2 stars, or the other star to get a 5-star review? And they might say nothing, because they might not be the type of person that gives 5-star reviews. But they might say, like I did with this girl, they might say, there was something in your process that I wasn't quite comfortable with. And in that case, you say, suck it up. Fine. You can't go back and redo the process, but you can accept it, and it's there. It's on the review page, and you can see that you've had some sort of conversation with that person to try and understand how you can deliver better customer service to them now and in the future. So it's all around that connection, it's all around that understanding, it's all around acknowledging, and it's all around communication. I know I've gone over time, but I will take a couple more minutes, because what I really want to do is just share with you a couple of things around how to ask, and then what to do once you've had all those conversations on your review. And thank you for the thumbs up, and I do appreciate it. Here's some hearts for you. Thanks, Dimitri. What I would like to suggest is, when people review on your page, always respond, but share it. Share it to your page, share it to your personal profile, and acknowledge that person, because they've come out in public. It's not a private thing. If they've reviewed on your page is a public document. Anyone can visit your page unless you block them from it. But in general, I would think that you wouldn't have had too many people that you would need to block on your page. It is a public document, so make sure you get it. It doesn't matter. Put it as far as wide as you can, because having a review on your business page is one thing, then getting it out there, using it to advertise what you do is another. So when you share it to your personal profile, acknowledge the person and thank them again in the post when you share it, tag them in it, and also, if it's appropriate, tag other people that you think would benefit from knowing what this person has said. If it's not appropriate, don't tag, but I would say use tagging sparingly. Don't just tag everybody for the sake of tagging, but that's another Friday Facebook Pics, I think. But when you do, just tag the person in it, and also share, tag others that you, if it's appropriate, that you do. So if you've had inquiries about people who are wanting to use, from people who are wanting you to use your service that haven't actively engaged with you yet, you might want to tag them if you feel it's appropriate and say, look, here's what so and so has said about this Reiki healing or this massage or this whatever it is that they've had. It's actually going to, it furthers the social proof that what you're doing is good stuff and people are enjoying engaging with it and interacting with it. So the other thing is, and share it to groups too. If you have a group that's along the same lines, share it into your group, and do the similar thing. So how to ask for reviews. This is a little bit, it can be a little bit awkward, because it's like people feel a bit weird, and especially with Australians. I think it's like, you know, oh, sharks. It's like get over yourself. That shit is so last year. Don't worry about that, because people either will or they won't. You can, with, like I said, with my hypnotherapy page, I'm a little more subtle. And I do say, you know, it's a suggestion only. If you're comfortable leaving a review, it would be awesome, because I would love to. I've got a goal to help 10,000 people by the end of the decade. So, you know, the more people that know about what I do and how I practice hypnotherapy, doing it online and doing NLP online, helping people, if you could share your experience and how I've helped you, that would be awesome. If you're not comfortable, that's totally fine too. So I always give people an out. If you are in something like, if you've got a product base or a service base, like things like, my friends Val and Steph with their web design and coaching, I think, like I do with social media for small biz owners when I do health check reviews, I know I give great advice, and I know I'm on the right stuff. I just know that what people hear is good stuff. So I say, I've given you good stuff. Give me a review. I do. Oh, sorry, that's my phone. I'll have to leave me a message. Should have turned off the sound. So, you know, and Savitri, you could do that too. When you do a resume with somebody, or you do that coaching, it gets them into more job ready. What you do, you could say, I've given you great stuff, because my expertise you have got. I've given you my expertise. As you know, you've got great value from this. It'd be fantastic if you wanted to put a review on my page. So a lot more direct with that sort of thing. So it's slightly different in the approach, but always ask. Every time you deliver a service, always ask. And because if you don't ask, people aren't going to think about it. If you do it by messenger and you ask for a review, always put a link to your page, so they can just click on the link and go to the review section. And you can even explain, because I've had to do that recently. I've said, a review on my page would be awesome, and put a link, and then they've come back and they've said, do I just do it in the post, or where do I put it? So I've just said, click on the stars, and that easy. So they know they can go to my page, click on the stars, and it will ask them to leave a review. If you've already given a review to somebody on their page, you cannot leave another one, but you can go and comment under your review. you can change the stars. So you can actually, if you've given a 4-star, then you decide this person is worth a 5-star, you can go and you can change it to a 5-star. But you can go and do a comment under the review that says, hey, I've just had some more service from this person. I've had another thing, then they've just again exceeded my expectations over and above, and then do it like a recommendation. So if you haven't hooked this service, they're hooked into this service, then can you make sure that you just contact this person because they're awesome. Savitri is saying receive testimonies and put them in the notes on your business page. That's fantastic. I would suggest that if you have reviews, put them in notes by all means, but ask people to say, this is fantastic, and I've done this too. Would really help me if you put them in the review section, so you can direct them to the review section. I think that you can, on your settings, just let me check. So I think I can't share screen, but I can check that you can. This will be really, really interesting to see if we can do that. This is what you call action learning. Totally action learning. Because what I'm suggesting we do is go to your settings on your business page. Let's see if I can do this. It's running a little bit slow. Social media for small business owners. Now what I'm going to do is I'll go into settings. I'll walk you through it and see if we can do it. Do what? I hear you ask. Well, that is the secret. Let's see. So in settings, let's go down to edit page. So what edit page is in your settings is where your menu is, or your tabs section is along the left hand side of your page. Then you can see, you can rearrange all your posts there. So I'm looking at them in the order that you'd be looking at them on my business page. So there's posts, there's free biz page health checklist, there's get the latest videos to help your biz page. Now under that I've got reviews. So I'm going to click on settings. I've got show reviews. Reviews on your page are visible and people can leave a review of their own. I've got that on. And then share reviews tab. So what you can do is, it's got here copy URL. I wonder if I can do so you can click on that settings and it says copy URL. Then I'll come back to my Facebook Live and then put that there. And so what you can do, Savitri, you can test that if you want, then you can click on that and it should take you directly to the review section of the business page, and you can leave a review directly in that, so you don't have to go to the page and then find the 4 stars. So you can send people directly to the review section of your business page. So it makes it as easy as possible for people to be able to put a review on your page. So direct them there, hand holding. Now Savitri's saying they're from the groups I have run, haven't done many through Facebook. Okay, what you can do, because the groups you're running, people, I don't know anyone who doesn't own a smartphone. So what you can do when you run the groups, here's a little tip. You can get people to check in to your page, and then you can get people to leave a review on your page. You can do that in the group. So you bring Facebook into your group, and that way you're building your social proof, you're building your credibility, and the groups that you run are fantastic. And so people, and even more community centres for you, Savitri, would be able to, you could send them a link to your page and say, here, look at what other people have said who have been part of my group. You could even get the community centre to do a review about the course that you've run if it's relevant to your page. So yeah, so think about it outside the square. So you can get people to do the reviews. I know when I was at giving a presentation at Adelaide Suburbs Small Business Networking Group a couple of weeks ago, and I got people to check in. I know, was it there or was a workshop I was running with unlocking the Facebook code, and I just got people to check in and to check into my page. So the more you can get that done, the more you can get that happening offline and getting the reviews offline to online, getting the connections offline to online, and then you're making your online and offline presence very synergistic, so it's all aligned beautifully. Now, I have gone way over time, and here's me thinking, how am I going to fill up half an hour talking about Facebook reviews? But I appreciate, like I said, it happens every time, but I'm going to wind it up here. It's awesome having you here, having the comments, making the comments, being engaging, and having the chat. It's so much nicer than just talking to myself, and I'm loving having the hearts and the thumbs up. Thank you. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you, Savitri, or anyone else. I see Louise is here as well. Fantastic. If you're in the Code Breakers group, boot camp, I'll be live on Saturday morning in the group Code Breakers, Facebook Code Breakers group, and I will see you there on Saturday and answering questions and looking at Saturday. We're looking at putting apps, adding apps to your page on the menu side of it. So that's really exciting, and that's going to blow that bit open as well for you. On that note, it's Adair Palmer. I'm out of here for now. I'll see you next Friday for Friday Facebook Fix on social media for Small Biz Owners business page. Bye for now.